overall, it was more practical. Even the vibes that I get during the mock interview was as similar as what I had with the ISB interview panel. I mean, I felt that's an ideal platform for me to get my transformation from the CS company secretary to the investment banking roles. The company secretaries or the CAs, these kind of backgrounds will have more stories than the software engineers or the engineering backgrounds. But when the first mock happened with ISBmantra, I realized I'm not well prepared. I need it to be changed a lot.
Yeah.
Then I had counseling sessions with Navindas, and it's an amazing experience.
So Harika, thank you so much for taking out your time from a busy schedule to do this session with us. The reason why we do these sessions is that you have a very diverse profile. What you have read and what you have been doing and what you want to do, it is a very interesting journey. And there are many students who aim to, or at least are planning to go in the same path. So your inputs, which you will give in the video today, will go, very handy. It will be very helpful for people who come with a similar background. Okay. So Harika, congratulations again. And, let's start. So let's start by understanding your academic and professional profile. So if you can share a little bit about that.
Okay. So I completed my CS in 2019, and I'm an associate member of Institute of Company Secretaries of India. Currently, I'm working with Minfi Technologies. It's a cloud tech company. It's having operations in more than 5 countries. So I work on the legal and compliance for the Minfi and its group companies. So before this, I was working with a startup which has been awarded as a best startup in the category for 2021. During my time there in the startup, I have raised the investments and I worked very closely with the investment banking firms and the investors. So if I want to go before that, I was working with the PCS firms. So working with the PCS firms would give you a very good knowledge about how the large scale companies work, how the startup works, how the listed companies work. So it gives a different background because at a time you handle at least about 200 to 300 clientele you have in a PCS firm. It's a practicing company secretary's firm. So apart from the company secretary, I hold my degree in law and I'm a BCom graduate. So I also been in the teaching field for a good time. I had taught for the CA Inter a paper relating to the corporate laws. So that was my background professionally and academically.
Very good. Harika, you are a Bachelor of Commerce and then you did a company secretary and you are also a law graduate. And now you want to pivot to investment banking. So how are you planning to navigate your career to investment banking?
Okay, so I had a great learnings from the company secretary with respect to regulatory aspects of what, let's say, being an investment banker, what do you want? How do you want to evaluate whether the company is maybe on a regulatory side, it's a due diligence, etc., or with respect to its future as to why are they raising the funds, etc. So the learnings from the company secretary background and law courses, and because I have raised the capital with the startups, I gained a good exposure throughout the process of raising funds, be it a drafting, due diligence, negotiations, executions, all this. So now through MBA, what I wanted to do is I want to hard my skills. Like I already have certain skills. Let's say I want to get more in the financial modeling and valuation techniques, and maybe like the soft skills such as team working and networking. So if I look at an MBA program or the ISB, I would like to get my skills enhanced through these programs, and I think the background of CS and law will add value more to my next programs as an investment banking careers.
Great, excellent. And did you consider any other program when you decided to pursue a degree in business? And why did you choose the ISB for your MBA?
Okay, so for me or for any other applicants, I think we all know the basic filtrations how we do it. So my thing was I want to settle in India only for my future. So the first filter I have done is India. So it's not the US or the UK markets. I don't want to tap any of them. So when I choose, it's to be in India. I wanted to get the best of it. So the best B school from India, it's only the ISB. So I was pretty clear with my thoughts that I wanted to do only with the ISB. So I chose the ISB. When I saw the program, it's a 12 months program, but oh it's a quick program impacting the overall knowledge. So apart from making me ready for the investment banking or for the consultants, my friend, like to their backgrounds, it also purely concentrates, and it's also make us perfectly complement our skills with respect to, let's say, entrepreneurship skills. Or it's I mean, I feel that's an ideal platform for me to get my transformation from the CS company secretary to the investment banking roles.
Hmm. Right, great. And with having so diverse education and experience, being a CS, a law graduate, a commerce graduate, and I observed that you have your experience of working in the legal services. It must not have been an easy application to build. So, what were your strategy and primary focus areas when you were, working on your application?
Okay. So here, what I would tell to applicants is, I know ISB's application is little, big. They want to evaluate and understand your backgrounds, etc. But just be calm. Go through, understand what happened in your life or what happened in your career from the very beginning. What were your strengths and weaknesses? Like my strengths and weaknesses, I have narrated it purely on like how I have been here. Matlab, from the personal journey of where I am from, like what was my background in the beginning to dealing with investment bankers was the toughest thing. So I have narrated that story as to what was my weakness and how I came through that and became a strength. So that was my first essay. And the second one, with respect to success and failures, definitely you will have the failures being in the CS field and going through these courses. You will definitely encounter, the client relationships. My failure was one with respect to the client relationship, and the success was with respect to getting the ideas as to given in a situation. You would be thrown with the situation in the CS, like your client or your company has done something, and how do you going to cover it or do it with respect to within the law premises. So that was my success and failure story.
Hmm.
I think the company secretaries or the CAs, these kind of backgrounds will have more stories than the software engineers or the engineering backgrounds, because we go through many things. The CS, the course, or the CA, the course will throw you so many difficulties. So
And
it's easy
also,
for.
also the fact that Harika, your job is a customer-facing job, right? So that also creates a lot of nuances and situations where you experience these success and failures.
Yeah. So people think that there are no CS or very less CA background people we see in the class. But I honestly want to tell you that when I had a meet and greet of R1 sessions, there were we had about 40 to 50 students there, and I have seen not less than 3-4 people coming from the company secretary background. So to the further applicants, I'm telling that please come. ISB would love to have you in the class because we come from a diverse background. Our thought process is different, and ISB would love to have you in the class.
Indeed, indeed. And how much time did ISB? So after you submitted the application, when did you receive an interview call? What was the gap?
Okay, so mine was in round one application. That was 10th September was the due date, but there was few more things as to my application was missing for one two things, and my application got complete. That this is a complete one. I got it on the I think 5th of October. I got that your application is complete, and after that 22nd October, I got a email that your profile is shortlisted and we are calling you for an interview on 29th. I think 6 days gap I got
Oh,
from the shortlisting to the interview.
okay. All right.
But again, 28th October, 9:30 p.m., I got one email that unfortunately we are postponing your interview. I think
Okay.
they have postponed our interviews for only for the 7 to 8 people. When I
Oh,
went on 4th November was my again the final interview happened. There's only 8 people they interviewed. They postponed it for some reasons. So nevertheless, that is also a good opportunity for you.
so finally, how much time did you get to prepare for your interview?
I
10
think
days, 2 weeks?
it's 6 to 8 days you will get it.
6 to 8 days. Right. Great. And, so the moment you receive an interview call, you would have started wondering that, how should I prepare? So tell us about the journey and how did you hear about us? What gave you confidence that, okay, probably they are the best people who can help me.
Okay, so not from the like honestly, I didn't was connected with ISBmantra after my shortlisting. I connected well before I dropped my application. 10 September I dropped my application, and by 15th September or 15th, like by 1 week, I could finalize that I need someone who can help me, guide me throughout this process. So then I connected with Rashika from ISBmantra, and she explained me like this is the assured admit plan we have, and these are the guarantees, and what is this the process it is. And I took it by the first week, I mean 6 to 7 days from there, and I started. Learning through the questions. I didn't go through the mocks, but I have understood like these are the background questions, and maybe I wrote it myself like these could be the questions. But
Right.
but when the first mock happened with ISBmantra, I realized I'm not no, I'm not well prepared. I need it to be changed a lot.
Yeah.
Then I had in counseling sessions with Naveen Das, and it's an amazing experience. Then the third mock was with Pratikilla. So this guy comes with an investment banking background as a similar backgrounds as a CA. He worked with the BCG, and he knows what expectation a person has from, suppose on a
Right.
later date he's
Right.
getting interview for investment.
Right.
He made me so prepared for the all the questions that is relating to transforming your career from the CS to the investment bank.
To the investment banking.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. The thing I had. Then I had one more mock where, apart from the similar regular questions, this guy has covered how to give an instant answers for the behavioral aspects.
Hmm.
So, like a ball thrown question as to what do you do in this situation? Like if I want to take 2 minutes. So it's like I mentioned in my application, like I'm good at traveling, etc. I have highlighted that. Then he asked me, so 1 year is the only time you will be completely concentrating on ISB related thing. How do you feel that 1 year? What if you do if you miss for the traveling, etc. kind of a scenes? Then I could give him an answer that maybe if I get a time for 2 days and I travel that 2 days also, I would be happy, satisfied. Then he told like you are good, you're prepared. Just go and get this behavioral answers done. And the last interview or the last mock was with Richa Agarwal.
Right.
So she concentrated more on the leadership backgrounded questions. So overall, it was more practical. Even the vibes that I get during the mock interview was as similar as what I had with the ISB interview panel. So that was a great experience.
So basically, what I gather from this discussion is the various counseling sessions with experts and the different sessions has really helped you streamline your thoughts. Okay, and all the approach you took through these sessions eventually helped you to do a, a happy interview at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
because while walking inside the ISB interview panel, I was pretty confident because with this 5 sessions of 5 mock interviews, I am very much prepared and I'm overall covered. Now I felt like there would not be any question out of this. So any question would I have already covered and I have the answers. I am much prepared. So I walked very confidently, and that 30 minutes or 25 minutes went very confidently.
Right. So this is also a reason why we give students different people to interact with, and many we also match the background of the interviewers with whom you do your mock with the applicant's background, because then they are able to connect well, they are able to understand and evaluate and advise well in this
Correct.
process. Excellent. Now that you have an admit, what are you looking forward, at ISB? Are there any specific things you have planned before you join the program?
Okay, so as I told, we had the meet and greet session where we got a chance to interact with the 24 alums who are currently with the ISB. And there were almost 6 to 7 people coming from the different backgrounds, and they were talking of their experiences during the ISB time and how we should get maximum out of the ISB. So I think one is they wanted us to one you relax and come with an open mind and come with the questions answers you will find in ISB questions, you be prepared. So that is one thing I had. And apart from that, on a personal thing, what I am doing is I'm talking with these investment banking firms where I had the previous connections, or through LinkedIn I'm getting connected with the other people. So I am understanding what are their expectations for a person like me on a later date, like what are they looking for. So I am maybe just jotting down all those things, like what are the expectations, and tomorrow I would concentrate on those things.
Excellent. And before we wrap up, what is your advice to prospective applicants with similar background, or people who want to go into investment banking, essentially?
Yeah, so for the applicants I would definitely say that we like, because we generally search on LinkedIn with people with CS background with ISB, we have a rarely find very few applicants, like, or a very few alums. So just don't believe in that at least, and you come give try an application and get yourself evaluated with the people like ISBmantra, whether fit for or good to go application. When you get all the good answers, just don't stop, give your application. ISB, like I told, ISB would love to have us in the class because we come from the diverse backgrounds. And I would just say go give hit a try, you would definitely get it.
Great. Again, Harika, thank you so much for this, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.